Warning: we are not Japanese, so if we mispronounce any names, we do apologize in advance. This podcast will discuss, in many details, many adult themes that is not for anyone under the age of 18. If you are easily offended or do not want to hear people discuss topics involving sex, taboo topics, and other adult activities with harsh language, you have the option of turning the podcast off now. You have been warned.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Outside to Listen. I am Jarrett.
I'm Matt.
And here we are again. For those who watched or try to watch this, sorry for the hour and a half long video. I seriously doubt people actually watched that whole entire thing. Ow. I don't know.
Waiting for the
I don't know what the hell.
I don't know. I didn't nick anything.
Okay.
That was weird.
That was very interesting. I can see what just happened on.
It got picked up. God damn it.
Yeah, of course it got picked up. But anyway, thanks again coming back. Shout out to the 3 viewers that watched it.
We love you. 100%.
But then again, maybe that's one of the clicks of views, or probably me to see what it looked like. But who knows?
Who knows? YouTube is fucking weird when it comes to that. So
It really is. It really is.
like Twitch, I don't know if I'm the one viewer or if there's someone watching.
Right? Yeah. I don't either. No. Somebody actually does, because when I stream, I'll see the little
Okay.
one.
It'll go from like
My one
viewer
viewer just pops up. Pops up.
They're like, oh, random guy. Let me hit that random button. Oh, this guy. All right.
Yeah. So, before Matt here, most likely I recorded another in between for the Royal Rumble. I know it's a week early, but you guys already know why. I explained why in there. I don't know. Do you want me to recap for you?
You can. I don't.
For
yeah,
you,
it's
I
fine,
mean, for you, if you want to. I mean, they already listened to it.
Yeah, that's fine. You can just recap it super quick.
Okay. But yeah, I went on. I didn't really. Yeah, my recap was, Women's SmackDown champion is going to Banks. WWE Championship's going to Miz, because he'll cash in once Goldberg wins. And then Kevin Owens will win the Last Man Standing match. I need water. Women's Royal Rumble, I said Bianca Belair. I've been saying that for leading up to this point. Although I did give the Final Four, with a shout out to Nikki Cross. And then Men's Royal Rumble, Final Four. Anyways, I picked my winner as AJ Styles, even though Daniel Bryan's heavily favored. His Daniel Bryan's spread is like a plus 250.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So you know what that means, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, but
Interesting.
Belair's also plus 250. Oddly enough, Reigns is. I said this earlier. Reigns is heavily favored as negative 800 versus Owens plus 450. So, yeah, I said that's a lot of change.
I know what the numbers mean, but I'm starting to suspect they don't really mean anything.
No, I mean, but like I said earlier, you can check out the odds on bet or I gave it away last that recorded earlier, so you guys can check that out. I'm actually I put Bobby Lashley in Final Four. His spread is plus 3,300. Yeah.
Wow.
So imagine dropping $100 on him and him winning. That's a lot. That's a lot of change.
Yeah, that's a nice chunk of change.
So anyway, moving right along. So Redo the Healer came out.
Oh God.
2 weeks ago. The first 2 episodes dropped.
Yep.
Like myself and Matt over here, we've seen the uncensored version.
Yep.
We also watched the censored version just to see how much they changed.
Yep.
Boy, did they change quite a bit. Well, not quite a bit.
Not like a huge amount.
But just a good scene in the first episode. I haven't seen the censored version, the second one yet, but I can imagine what it was, especially that whole dungeon scene
Yep.
in the second episode. Surprisingly, in the first episode, I was quite surprised that he had to. Um, what am I trying to think? It was definitely different when he
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
sent back in time. Normally, when he got sent back in time, he actually retained his memories
Yeah.
prior to getting the
Yeah,
the
he didn't.
special
Yeah,
eye.
he didn't need the eye to look at his reflection and be like, "Oh, that's what happened to me." It's
Yeah.
like that's so unnecessary. Like, just have the flashback and then have it when he does the healing, and then have him just wake up and be like, "Ah, yes, soon my revenge will start." That's all you needed to do. You didn't need
Yeah.
this whole. I mean, obviously, I guess you needed to introduce the eye in some way, but it's already significant enough anyway. So like,
Right.
why? Dumb. It's dumb. It's such a weird change of events that I found super unnecessary. So
Yeah, I found. Yeah, it was a little weird that they started the episode series with him just waking up versus 4 years,
yeah,
with the
the
fight.
starting where the flashback happened when he like regains his
Hmm.
memories. I'm surprised. I don't know why they didn't just flip that, have him wake up, be like, ah, yes, my revenge. Oh wow, this thing is calling to me. Oh cool, special eyes like that. All you had to do, like that's super easy. It
Yeah.
was so unnecessary.
Although I've read that it's a lot different than on the not visual novel, the light novel.
I have not read the light novel, so I do not know.
So all three of them are different.
Yeah, they're all different.
They're all
Just
different.
pick one. That's your canon.
Yeah. So first episode, there. I mean,
We're okay to talk about this because this is borderline hentai.
yes. It pretty much is.
I mean, the second episode. We'll get to that. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Talk about soft.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna, I'm gonna pause this real quick. I'm really fucking sick of shows like this where if my parents walk in, I have to like backtrack and explain what I'm watching for like 25 minutes. Whereas if I'm just watching porn and they catch me, it's just like, yeah, it's porn. But this is like, no, it's not what you think. See, this guy was tortured.
Yeah.
Like, God, I'm so annoyed with it.
But yeah. First episode. I gotta admit that was a lot of maids that they.
So many maids.
Yeah.
Like,
It wasn't even in the
I
manga.
think
It
he
was
goes like through like 5 that we like see that are different. I'm pretty sure in the anime.
yeah.
But in the manga, it's just I'm
Just
pretty
the
sure
one.
like
It was just
the
that
head
one.
maid,
Yeah.
and he just like gets all of her experience because apparently she used to be an adventurer before she became a maid. Odd lifestyle choice, but whatever.
Okay.
It gets him experience points, and he gets laid. So
Yeah.
whatever.
But yeah. Gotta love that was what did he say? A week. It was a week
Yeah,
for him
like,
just
yeah,
doing maids.
he did it for like a week, which
before-
leads me to believe it was both day and night because he doesn't say he does anything else during the day.
No, yeah.
So
But in the censored version, they just show an empty room going. That's probably
yeah,
too
the censored version is like you can tell what happens. Like the maid enters, she's like, "Hey, I want to be with you," and blah blah blah. And then 90% of the screen is shaded
Just-
in black. Good use of black, by the way. Normally it's magical rays of light.
Yeah.
Which I guess wouldn't have made sense because the only light source in the room was a fire. So, but whatever. Point being, and some sexy time happens, and you're like, okay, whatever. Like I see what's happening, but whatever. The uncensored version, oh man.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, because he's getting head. He's doing a chick.
Getting head, getting off. Man.
Doing against the window, and then next thing you know, there's three maids on top of him.
Yep.
And yeah, but that's awesome.
Yeah, Jeff, go
Very-
for it, man. This is the only consensual sex he has.
Well,
in the first episode.
Well, it wasn't real. That doesn't matter. Like, he enjoyed it.
He enjoyed it. I mean, you're right. I
But
guess it wasn't consensual. You're right.
Now, the second episode, which is before this, Matt and I had an discussion on how big of this level breaking instance for heroes, especially coming from him.
Yeah. So to explain what we mean, for some of you that are avoiding it for whatever reason, you weak bitches. The manga and the anime, and I'm even probably sure the light novel will probably explain it differently too. They explain his level break as in the manga, any sexual fluid from the hero has a chance to like raise your level cap, I believe it is, or like advance your level or something. Whereas in the anime, they make it very explicit that it's literally just his jizz will do it, and that's actually very important as we lead into the second episode. So basically, the first episode ends with he rails the maids, and he heals this legendary swords woman, and she's like, oh my gosh, like thank you, hero, like I'll repay you sometime. Probably not ever gonna see her again, although I'm fairly confident we do. And she fucks off.
We do.
Yeah, they like kick her out. They're like, oh, you should go tell everyone that your arm's healed. She's like, oh yeah, that's a great idea. Instead of like I should make sure this guy that literally saved my life is okay, but whatever. He shows, Princess says that she fucks off, and then, we get this horrible revelation that, she never cared for him in the first place, even though we knew that because we saw the flashbacks and shit, but whatever. So it ends there. Second episode starts, he's in bed, and he's like, no, I don't want to heal anyone anymore. It's scary, and it hurts, and blah, blah, blah. And they're like, we understand. Don't worry, homie. We're not going to make you do it. They leave the room, and they drug him with tea, and thus begins his downward spiral of being mind broken and addicted to drugs and shit.
Yeah.
and 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 months upon, I'm pretty sure it's months upon months.
Well, like I said, it changes from like the manga.
Yeah, because the manga, it's very clear that it's like a 6-month period that this happens, because that's how long it takes him, because he did the whole like mushrooms thing in the forest to build up resistance to everything. And the anime, I think it's like
a month.
A month or something like that. The time frame is not very well explained or very well kept. But point being is, so obviously we mentioned and foreshadowed a little bit ago of this dude can level break heroes and people if they enjoy his fluids. They took that a little bit to like from like 11 to like 111.
Yeah.
And this dude just gets violated in prison. I'm talking about men, women, just constantly with this.
Right.
And that's where the anime kind of lost me a little bit, because it didn't make a whole lot of sense why the guys were doing it. Because again, the anime makes it seem like it's literally just this guy's jizz that raises your level cap. So obviously they're not going to show us all the things that happen. So like maybe they gang rape him, and then they'll just kind of take turns and put it into a cup or some shit like fucking Bible plaque or something. No, that's not what happens.
No.
Probably
just...
the weirdest scene that happens was the maid that was sucking him off and the dude that was banging him in the ass. And then
yeah, see that scene actually made sense.
That scene makes sense because that's where it leads me to think like, oh, it is just
his
semen and jizz that does this shit. But then when you see the captain of the guard doing it, he's just railing the poor kid. So I don't know. I don't know. It's weird.
Anime purposes, I think it's just his semen, light novel, and manga.
Yeah, the manga, I'm fairly confident it's any sexual fluid from the hero will do it. So
although it's a little confusing from the female point of view how they level break for other people.
Yeah, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Then again, they never addressed it.
I don't think the other heroes have level break, do they? I think it's just him.
No, it's they explained that heroes are the only ones that can
with level break. Okay.
That can level break other people.
Okay.
However, they just never explain how
females
do it.
Okay.
So, because normally they just go to the male.
Oh, the dude, just have their way with the poor bastard.
Yeah.
So obviously, he eventually breaks his poor addiction to drugs, and that's when shit gets real. He impersonates the captain of the guard, which I kind of wish we saw that fight. I think that would have been a fun fight to watch, where he overpowers them and shit.
Yeah, they never showed
it. It's just like, oh, we're led to believe like, oh no, like our hero has been thwarted in his revenge, and he's going back to jail. All he did. Also, it pisses me off. They don't really explain what his heal skills do, because apparently this guy can just do cosmetic surgery with heal and paralyze people with heal and like do all this shit with heal.
Yeah, because I think it's a reverse heal.
It's a very hand wavy like explanation. I don't care that much, because like ultimately that's not what this story is about. It's not
No,
about his
no.
power. It's about what he's doing. So like I don't care. It's not like Shield Hero where I'm like, well that doesn't make fucking sense. Like, or some other show with powers.
Mm.
Or a high school that's like, oh, you have to have sex to raise your grades. How does that work? I'm not dropping this anytime soon. Fuck, it's so obnoxious. Anyway, so impersonates the captain of the guard, and he's like, oh yeah, the healer hero said something very bad and terrible about the other heroes, and they're like, oh, what'd he say? He's like, it requires the strictest of confidentiality. Like, okay, to my room, let's go. Like,
Yeah.
you're very trusting for a princess, which, I know their history and, like, captain of the guard, loyal to the family.
Right.
I get that. But, like, when you don't know the healer's powers, wouldn't you be like, let's have him speak and have him just say what he said for these 5 individuals in this room that are loyal to me and know that I'll punish them if they say anything bad. So, like, that's kind of a plot hole of them just being fucking
Right.
stupid.
But that's also we need the story to move on.
But yeah, no, again, like it's nitpicky when it's me nitpicking, but it's like she's not dumb. Like we know she's not stupid, so like why wouldn't she just do that? But whatever. Point.
Yeah.
Revenge plot's got to happen. Shows up in the room. They're like, you're in the princess's room. This is the highest honor for you, isn't? He's like, yeah, sure, whatever. Swing! Does the anime sword cut and kills her 2 bodyguards. Which again they changed in the anime because in the manga they're just
Maids, yeah.
which I don't understand the change. It's so unnecessary.
I don't know.
And then I'm not going to go into detail about it, but then we get the whole revenge rape thing that had Twitter and Reddit ablaze and discussed it and whatever.
I haven't seen anything, but okay.
Maybe well like 5 people have talked about it.
Oh.
but they got like a lot of upvotes, which is like 20k upvotes on some of the animes with subreddit.
Jeez.
And it's just like maybe I'm incredibly desensitized. And like obviously I don't condone rape, like that terrible fucking thing, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But can you fucking blame the guy? 6 months in jail, addicted to drugs, getting fucked in the ass constantly and just abused.
4 years plus the
Yeah, plus 4 additional years, which were probably worse because
oh yeah.
He didn't have all this other stuff. So like again, can you really blame the guy for wanting revenge and going about it in a very terrible way? He's not a good person by any stretch of the imagination.
Which by the way he admits.
Oh yeah, no, he's very much like, wow, what I'm doing might be awful. Anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. I'm glad that there's a protagonist, I'm gonna call him, that just relishes being an evil bastard and doesn't try and justify it as like, oh no, like it's to save the world. No, he's just straight up like, nope, this is for me.
Well, eventually
he's like, oh, I have to go talk to the Demon Lord and figure out what her final words meant.
Well, no, I was saying eventually he's like the story where I'm at. I think I'm up to date maybe by 2 chapters. Yeah, he does want to get his revenge, but like a side note, it's like I'm gonna bring down this kingdom because it's like so fucked up. What?
Okay.
Only because what they did to him.
I was gonna say, but I also feel like that's part of the revenge because I'm not gonna spoil the 3rd episode because that's when we get the new girl that happens in like her culture, and we do kind of learn that the kingdom is like just full of pieces of shit. Like there's not really a nice person in this kingdom.
Which oddly enough, now it's almost reminiscent of a Kill a Kill. I probably said that wrong.
A little bit. It's kind of like a Kame ga Kill, but
Thank
that's
you.
not.
I probably said that wrong. Shitty Kingdom.
Yeah, shitty kingdom with like shitty people and like the protagonist. Although in that one that's a little different. The protagonist again because there's so many main characters in that one where he's naive and it has a flavor of it, but it's not a great 1-to-1 comparison. So
no, but still, although I'm a little curious as far as future of the series goes, because remember this is 4 years of of his life rewound.
Yeah, rewound.
So is this now going to be a 4-year thing, or is this just going to be like shortened up probably.
I don't think we're gonna go through like a 4 year gap because obviously remember he didn't get drug resistant until like the final battle is the way he made it sound.
Yeah.
Which again, the manga and anime are different because I'm pretty sure in the manga he had it for like a year leading up to that conflict, and he's like, "Ha, I'm gonna plan my revenge and I'm gonna do all this stuff." But in the anime, it makes it sound like, "Oh, right before we fought the demon lord, I got my resistance, and that's when I'm gonna screw everyone over." So
Yeah.
I don't know. If maybe I'm just misinterpreting the manga completely. I very much could, but again, time is not this author's and
No.
manga creator's
It's
strong
not.
point.
It's not.
Which that sounds like I'm being rude, but it's really not.
No.
So, but yeah, I'm actually very excited for the new arc. We get this. Yeah, I'll just say we get the nice slave girl because if you watch towards the credits, you see him. The title of the episode is literally "The Hero Buys a Slave," and I'm like, that's a terrible episode title.
Well, a lot of there's a lot of stuff I'm reading that have slaves in it. Oddly enough. Oddly enough.
Are we some baddies?
No, it's just the world they live in.
Yeah.
But still, and I went back to reread and it's like, you know what? I'm pretty sure there's going to be a sex scene in every episode, probably except for one.
Oh God, yeah, without a doubt. There might, yeah, I think I know what arc you're talking about, considering how they're divvying up how the anime progresses. Yeah, I think we're gonna have like an episode without a sex scene, but there's still probably gonna be a lot of fan service to make up for it.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah, I think it's right after he takes care of the captain.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we are talking about the same scene then. So
Okay.
yeah, it will. They might change the story though, knowing. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah,
We'll see when we
I
get
think,
to it. I'm not gonna. That's actually spoiler territory.
Well, I think your Reddit people, I think they're gonna really blow up once they take care of the sword.
Oh God, yeah. Oh God, Reddit's about to lose their collective mind.
Once that scene
shit.
happens, yeah. Like,
Again, I don't know. I don't know if it's because of reviewing hentai or just like the anime I watched growing up, or just the fact that was part of the internet culture for like way too young and for way too long. I don't know. It just doesn't bother me. Like
it doesn't bother me.
I'm
but
sorting fiction from reality. Like, do I support the hero? No, he's a piece of shit. Like, he's a terrible fucking human being that you shouldn't root for. But at the same time, I understand why he's going about his revenge this way. So, then take that as you will.
Right.
So. Yeah.
So yeah, that's our reviews for Redo a Healer. Like we said,
super excited to see this keep going. Jobless Reincarnation is just like a side note, kind of similar where there's fan servicey shit going on. I don't remember it being as vulgar in the manga, that's for sure. Like I don't remember the MC being so ridiculously over the top perverted, but maybe I'm just misremembering and I haven't read Jobless in so long, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'm excited for this season. So far, this season's actually been pretty dope.
Yeah. I know this is another side note. Once again, I'm hearing why Attack on Titan's the greatest. Actually, no, I haven't. I never.
There was some drama going on with that. Like apparently, like it happens on my anime list, which is whatever. I like the mecca for like people tracking anime and like discussing shit, but I hate comment section on like everything, so it doesn't matter. But so people on my anime list were like making accounts to constantly upvote Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood to keep it ahead of Attack on Titan. And it's so funny to me. Like this is such an insignificant thing in your life that God forbid this thing that's been at the top of my anime list since like the founding of the fucking website drops to second place by a score of .01. Oh my God, what the fuck's gonna happen? Like Jesus Christ, people are so ridiculous.
I'm still waiting to hear an actual reasoning of why this is the greatest anime ever.
I don't get it. I've tried so hard.
I just watched like a comedy video of like why Attack on Titan is better. It's like first it was the score. I'm like, Okay, I'll give you that one.
Okay, the music's good,
Uh,
but that's like should be a standard. Like Japan makes good fucking music. Like I don't know if you haven't played through a lot of JRPGs, but that's kind of what they're fucking known for.
yeah, yeah.
Story wasn't great, but goddamn that battle theme.
I forgot the second one, but the third one, which got me, was character development. That's where I lost it. What character development is there? There's only one character person that has a development, that has an arc, and he's the main dude, and that's Aaron. End of story. You can't just say
Or
this is the
whatever,
greatest
or
one
whatever.
because of this one
The
person.
main chick, Mikasa, I think her name is.
She doesn't have an arc.
Apparently, she has like, and I make that argument all the time. Everyone's like, "Oh, she's such like this tragic character, but she fights through and blah blah blah," and I'm like, okay, what else? I've seen this 100 times. Like, what do you?
Yeah.
Oh, she changes so much. Does she?
No.
Does she though?
Nobody changes.
No one really does anything. Oh, what about?
Nope.
Not really, because that was established pretty early on. Now it's just like a shonen thing, I guess, where we just reiterate this one character trait, and like that's character development apparently.
Like I had to make sure I'm thinking of the right thing for character development, so I looked it up. I'm like, yep, that's what I think it is.
Yeah.
Thought it was. And it's like
I
I'm like Christopher
I
Moltisanti, like where's the arc?
Yeah,
I'm like,
I really don't
Aaron's
think
the only one with the arc.
I don't think a lot of people understand what character arcs are, or really even what character development is. Like character, they're obviously two very different things. But when people are like, "Oh my god, this is like the best character arc in anime," I'm like, "Do you mean character development? Because there wasn't really an arc for this character. They were developed very well, but they didn't have an arc.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's about it. They're a very well fleshed out character. I like them. There's no arc.
No.
Like
no.
I don't know. People are just very strange. They're very protective of like, oh my god, this is the best, or oh my gosh, if you don't like this, you don't like anime. Like I've gotten into fucking arguments on Reddit where people are like, oh my god, like your like top anime and like your favorite doesn't have this in it. Like, oh, you don't have very good taste. I'm like, I literally sat through Monogatari, the entire series, twice, and it's my favorite thing because there's character arcs and development and good dialogue and good story and interesting things are happening versus 875 episodes of Titans. Like what? Like fuck off. Like Jesus Christ. And guess what?
I'm sorry, the way you so fucking.
Because it's ridiculous. I fucking hate it. It's so stupid. And it's like they're like, oh, so like, well, what about all these issues with your favorite series? I'm like, yep, they're issues. Well, what do you want from me? I'm not gonna sit and defend the clear issues with the series that I like. I wish they weren't. I wish they weren't there, but
Yeah.
they're issues. I acknowledge them. What about these issues in Attack on Titan? Well, you see, it's like, how about you just don't know that there's issues with your series? That's what being a fan is. Admit there's flaws. Fuck off. It's ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
I hate people that like idolize and love something but refuse to acknowledge any flaws with it or refuse to acknowledge it can be improved in any way. It's so obnoxious.
Right. So.
And that's my main issues with the Attack on Titan fan base. I'm like, oh yeah, I wish it went this direction, or they developed this more, or like this wasn't part of it. Oh well, that's just dumb. It's like, why? That's a valid criticism. I feel like, ugh, I hate people, dude.
Right. Well, sure, it might be quote unquote the greatest according to
Whatever ratings,
majority.
I guess.
Yeah. Until solo leveling comes out.
Oh God, that's gonna put a dent in a lot of things, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
I just hope it does. I don't even like solo leveling that much. I know that's blasphemy. Oh, how fucking dare I? Um, but yeah, that'll be interesting to see what happens in the anime world when that gets a full adaptation. So.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Crunchyroll's gonna do it. Well, considering they did God of High School, who else is gonna do it?
I hated God of High School. Again, I know I'm a terrible person. The anime, I like the manhwa, and I'm not even a fan of manhwas, but that was okay. But the entire time I was sitting there thinking, watching God of High School, like, if I didn't read the source material, I would be beyond fucking confused and care so little about what's happening.
Oh yeah.
That it's not
Yeah.
even funny.
That is
like
true.
I watched it with a friend who didn't read it, but he watched it, and he's like, "Who's the bad guys? who are the good guys? Are they good guys? Why did he summon God and like God just get destroyed by one dude? Why is he summoning God if he's more powerful than the God? Why doesn't he just snap his fucking fingers and end the fucking world? Because clearly he can do that. We're shown he can. Like,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. Like, there's
Yeah.
so much shit and like, I don't know. It was very poorly paced and poorly made and paid. Not good.
True. True.
When I'm asking more questions about God of High School than I was about Tower of God, you have fucking issues. I'm sorry, but you do.
True. My only concern for solo leveling, is hopefully that comes out. Or actually, no. I hope it just comes out and then the gamer just doesn't come out because that's very
Dude,
almost.
do you know how long the gamer's been going on? Since I was in
Yes.
middle school.
Yeah, I know how long it's been going on.
So fucking long.
I mean, the gamer's good.
I love the gamer. Again, that's like one of the manhwas that are like, okay, I can tolerate this format. But it's running into the One Piece issue where I'm like, just fucking end.
One Piece will never end. That goes back to Attack on Titan. If Attack on Titan's so great, how come it never beaten One Piece in sales? Like, huh?
To be fair,
Huh?
I feel like One Piece is just crack
Huh?
for the fan base at this point. They don't buy it because they care. They just buy it because they're obligated to.
I don't know about that, but I mean, I'd stop buying One Piece. Whew, shit, volume 53.
I don't know. I stopped watching. I stopped reading. I just don't care. I'm sorry.
So
As much as people are like, oh my god, this 1000th episode was like a movie and it was so good. I don't fucking care.
but
That's 1,000 fucking episodes of a TV show. Fuck off. I'm not watching 1,000 fucking episodes of anything.
well, I'm pretty sure. What's the one? Hero One's gonna get up there pretty soon. Eventually, maybe. You never know.
You never know.
My Hero.
I
That's
still,
it.
I still maintain the only reason My Hero got any amount of popularity that it did is because it coincided with the Marvel movies. That's the only reason.
Did it?
Yeah.
Like when? I mean,
Like
what?
the MCU was like wrapping up, but My Hero came out at that time when superheroes were becoming cool again. So everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, like a school of superheroes and Deku's adorable and blah blah blah," and I'm like, "You're all
Okay.
dumb. You're all fucking stupid.
Okay.
I hate you all."
Okay. Anyway, so speaking of cringe-worthy people of scooting about and whatnot, we're in our first quarter of conventions.
Oh god, yeah.
Well, supposedly first
Yeah,
quarter
supposedly.
of cons. What happened? Well, obviously things carried over from 2020, but when I can't remember if I mentioned this in our last episode when January 1st, 2021 came about. The media said, "Oh my God, thank God 2020 is over with. We're in 21. Let's all celebrate." What the fuck are you guys talking about?
Yeah, we're still we're still in the middle of everything.
Yeah,
Like,
so
Jesus Christ.
I can't like just because it's a new year doesn't mean it's a blank slate.
Yeah, it doesn't mean it's a fucking or that shit magically went away. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, I'm pretty sure I even said on this podcast, like, it's not gonna end in like a year. We're gonna be doing with this shit for like 3-4 years, like before shit even starts to be even considering going back to normal, even with the vaccines and shit rolling out. Like, I'm sorry, like that's the reality of the situation. As much as people want to complain and bitch about it, that's where we are.
So first cons came. Some of them came.
Yeah, I keep getting emails and they're like, oh, we're opening registration for this, and there's like a laundry list of like asterisks of like, oh, all these things, and I'm like, why are you even doing the con then?
Yeah.
That's not going to be fun for anyone.
No.
Like, you know, large gatherings aside, like that's just like no, like barely any guests. Like we're not doing like the main events, like the cosplay ball and then like the dances and shit. Like we're not doing this, we're not doing this. Like you're allowing like 20 people into like a panel room. Like that's boring. Like come on.
Yeah.
Just cancel the con. Just suck it up. Be like, guys, we're sorry. We're still dealing with this, and just like move on. Like I get it. People want to go back, and I'm not oblivious to that fact. I'm bored as shit. I wanted to travel the world and do shit in 2020. I fucking sucked it up and dealt with it and stayed home and all this other shit. Just deal with it, guys. I'm sorry. One more year. It's gonna go fast. I promise you. Just find something
Yeah.
to do. Play that laundry list of Steam games that you haven't fucking touched. Play that laundry list of console games you haven't fucking touched. Watch those movies that are on your to watch list. Watch that anime in your plan to watch list. Just deal with it for another year.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Again, I don't mean Jared probably disagree on this shit, but just deal with it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The more you deal with it, the faster we can get back to it. And if you take a year and just sucking it up, that's less of a year that we have to fucking worry about this shit.
True. Well, yeah, because first off, there's a difference between postponement and canceling.
Yeah.
There's a big difference.
Yeah, you're right. You are right. There is a big difference. You are right. I will give you that.
When these organizers say, "Oh, we're gonna postpone it to next year," I'm like, "No, that's a cancellation.
I was like, that's called a cancellation,
not a
because
postponement."
you were gonna run this again next year.
Yeah. So postponement means you're gonna run this a couple months down
and
the
like,
line.
yeah, like we're postponing it by a couple weeks or a month due to booking issues or something like that.
Postpone it to next year.
At the same time, for the same event,
It's like,
it's cancellation.
yeah, that's a cancellation.
I hated that wording too. They're like, oh, we're postponing this year's convention like to like a couple months or like.
Oh no, it's next year.
So you're canceling.
That's a cancel.
Whatever.
So, second thing, I emailed. I've seen a lot of contests doing 50% capacity.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I emailed anime.corn.org. Corn.
Corn.
Anyway, I asked them like, so last year you guys were rolling over, tickets for, I guess this year, but now you're operating as 50% capacity. I emailed them like, so how does that work? So is there going to be a lottery or something like that? I haven't got an email back from them, so that's a little weird. We're going to roll over your stuff, but we're going to have 50%.
No, we're doing 50%. Like that. That's very like I said, just cancel it, roll everything over again. You have the data, just roll it over.
So,
like, come on, guys.
I think they're just hoping people will roll it over and just, you know what, I want a refund.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to lose money. They don't want to lose money.
Yeah, like worst comes to worst, they do 50%, half them get refunded, whatever, and the convention goes off in a half-assed way, which I think would be the most boring fucking convention.
Yeah.
So.
Next thing is the ballroom dancing. I'm surprised they canceled that one. Here's why. Normally when you do ballroom dancing, who do you dance with?
Myself.
Well, play along.
A woman.
Or who? Somebody you know.
Someone you went with.
Yeah, somebody you know. All right, but they're canceling it because they make it seem like you're dancing with strangers. Oh yeah, right. Somebody's gonna be dancing ballroom dance with strangers.
Yeah.
But I find it a little odd that canceled that one. I mean, the rave I can understand, but
the rave I get because that's a little different of a clientele,
but the
ballroom
dancing,
dancers are gonna show up and be like, I have a dance partner who I know and probably showed up to the convention with.
Yeah. So, but they're canceling that because you got to touch. I'm like, well, you know that person. You came with that person.
Yeah, you probably came with that person. You probably quarantined or did whatever with that person. It's gonna happen either way.
Yeah, and the two girls that's dancing with 90% that's dancing with each other, which I'm pretty sure it's all the ballroom dancing.
Yeah, I have.
That I'm like, why cancel that? I don't understand. But anyway.
Whatever.
So, and then as far as the panels go, I don't think there's gonna be any fan panels. I think it's just gonna be all.
Yeah, like I said, I'm like 90% sure. I'm pretty sure it's the guests themselves doing it that are just like, I'm literally not showing up.
Because the one they're doing in anyway, another organization, same organization, another state. I looked at their schedule. It's like, okay, that's fan or not fan. That's by the group. That's by the group. Yep. By guests. I'm like, what? Like you said, what's the point?
Like, yeah, why have the convention at this point? I get it. Organizations, they need money. Blah blah blah. I understand. I'm not disillusioned to that. Businesses got a business. not saying they shouldn't business, but again, if you're not operating the convention, you're not incurring costs. So why do a half-ass convention where you're probably not going to get your costs back because you still have to rent probably the same amount of room space and everything. Like I don't know, it makes no sense to me from a business standpoint.
I don't
Like
even think
just roll it back again for another year. Just suck it up. Sorry, like that's my mentality on it.
I mean, I don't know who they're trying to help here, themselves or
Or
the
like
fans.
the fans who are like, "Oh, we understand you guys so desperately want to go." Like I get it. I'm not disillusioned that people want to do stuff and interact with people and all this other things. I'm not stupid. But still think about what's gonna happen. I'm sorry.
Or not, but
Or not. Yes. Or
that's
not.
me. That's just me.
Yeah.
I don't want to get into politics.
Yeah. I mean,
but
we've
I
personally
don't
do
wanna
different ways, but as someone that's high risk, I have to think about these things.
Yeah.
So.
But we'll see what happens when they email me back on the whole.
Yeah, I'm
50%.
actually very interested in that response. I wonder how they're going to start dealing with that. So.
But anyway, so yeah, let's see what happens in the second quarter, or lack thereof.
Yeah, or lack thereof.
All right, moving right along. Do you want to get paid of watching Netflix? You also want to get paid of eating pizza and judging on. Well, worry not. There's a company out there that will pay you $500 to review three shows of your choosing and order pizza and review that, and you get to do that very soon. Uh, quite frankly, I think this is an okay idea. It's
Yeah. I mean, it's no different than when you sign up for. I can't remember the actual term. It's like that box they install in your house to like judge your watching habits for your family, and that's how they get like TV networks get like watch data and shit. I can't remember what it's called.
Huh.
But yeah, this to me isn't really any different. It's just instead of giving you a special box, they're like, we'll give you cash if you watch these 3 shows and write a review and eat pizza while you do it.
Yeah.
I think the pizza thing became more of a joke. I don't think like they're actually requiring you to like eat pizza while you do it. But they're probably like, yeah, if you want one, go ahead.
Well, I mean, they're paying you to order it.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Oh, I misread that then. Oh, fuck yeah. Why is no one? Everyone should do this. It's $500.
Yeah. 'Cause yeah.
You also have to rate the pizza.
Yeah, they have to.
Okay.
They have to rate the
Oh,
pizza, the gooiness, which is.
Yeah, appearance on color or based on appearance and color, base texture and taste, topping, ingredient quality, flavor, and cheese gooiness, and value for money.
Yeah.
Applications are being accepted online. Sign up.
Yeah, I'm thinking about doing it, but at the same time, I don't know, 'cause I don't really want to, review a fucking pizza. I mean,
I don't have to. I hope they don't fucking tell me what pizzas I have to watch. Ooh, actually they do. Queen's Gambit, I'm all for. Lupin, I'm all for. Cobra Kai. Oh fuck yeah, dude! I'll watch this shit.
I've pretty much seen like 3 of that list.
Oh, the Umbrella Academy. I can watch that. Fuck yeah. Oh, dude, how do I apply?
Imagine right now. Although I don't like the whole random, they choose a random winner. I don't like that.
Yeah, I fucking hate that. That's stupid.
Um,
Which state do you live in? I'm gonna abbreviate that.
so, cause I've seen, obviously I've seen Cobra Kai. I just finished Bridgerton. Umbrella Academy. I will destroy that right off the bat. That I stopped watching it because it was just so bad. Speaking of Umbrella Academy, the Umbrella Academy, how the fuck? I've been seeing this once. X people are probably gonna attack me with pitchforks and all that. X Elliot Page / Ellen Page, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Now, it's funny because once that she or now he went to Elliot, I went to on Netflix to see what happened. Sure enough, it says Elliot, but when you actually watch the credit, it still says Ellen. And another, the day after, I think it was Screen Rant said, should Elliot be recast? Yeah, I think he should. I forgot the character's name. And
Look, I'm just gonna throw this out there. I didn't fucking care about Ellen Page. I thought she was a shit actor in the first place. So
well,
like,
yeah, no doubt.
whatever.
No doubt.
Any
doubt.
discussions of like, should Elliot Page be replaced? Fuck yeah, he's a terrible fucking actor. Like, he can't. He has no range at all.
No.
Sucks.
No.
Fuck him. Get him out of there.
Yeah. So yeah, I most definitely should definitely be recast for third season. If there is going to be a third season, I think it's actually going to be a third. I don't know.
I'm fairly confident there's a third season.
Doesn't matter. I hated it. That's the reason why I stopped liking it. But I'll finish it just to destroy it.
Yeah, I mean, just some.
Bridgerton is actually pretty good.
I'm just trying to figure out what the guys that Biohazard in Japan are just doing with their properties. We're about to get Resident Evil Village, which looks dope, by the way.
I haven't seen that new trailer yet,
showcase,
except for the tall lady. Although
watch the showcase that happened on the 21st. It looks so fucking good. That is encouraging me to get a PlayStation 5 just for this fucking game.
Oh yeah.
Jesus Christ. Tall lady, internet got a little horny about that. Go to horny jail, all of you. Just every single fucking one of you. Jesus Christ. That lady awoke something in many people. Not me, because, I'm very open about these things. Tall lady who wants to dominate me. God, yes, please. Oh my God, what was I watching? I was watching, what's it fucking called? The Hidden Dungeon Only I Can Enter. And it really, I'll go back to my thing about Resident Evil in a second. But this says a lot about me as a person. So, they're in, the training school, and she's with the instructor is this, badass short-haired lady.
Oh, yeah.
And she makes this comment of, oh, yeah, who's going to be, my training, whoever wants to become, and put forth the effort, I'll make sure that you are completely satisfied, but you're not leaving until I'm satisfied. So who's going to be my first guinea pig? What does it say about me when me as a person, my hand shot immediately up in the air, and I shouted at the screen, God, me, yes, please.
You're looking around.
Oh, God, yes, please.
You're looking around. I'm like, oh, yeah, it's just by
like,
myself.
It's so funny. All the students are like, oh, jeez, I don't know, man. She seems a little intense. I would have been the guy who would have been like, God, yes! Hell yeah, let's go! But anyway, going back to Resident Evil, they just can't get anything that's not a video game right, I feel. The movies were terrible. The animated movies were okay.
Wait, when you say animated, the 3D one?
Yeah, the 3D CGI movies.
Oh,
they were okay, not great. I don't know when Leon Kennedy turned into John Wick, but it was a cool scene, I guess. I enjoyed watching.
Which one? The first one?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. It's where him and Chris are in the hallway and he's doing the gun fu.
Oh.
Super unnecessarily with the zombies.
Oh, it wasn't the first one then.
Yeah, I can't remember which one. They all blend fucking together. I don't give a shit. But yeah, I was like, oh, cool. You can tell John Wick came out around this time. But yeah, just terrible movies. CGI ones are not great, but they're not awful. The TV show, from what I've heard, is not great. Apparently, they're doing another one, which is another CGI thing.
Yeah.
Like Resident Evil Black something. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I got its a reminder set whenever that comes out.
I can't remember the name of it. That doesn't look great, but it's got Leon in it, so whatever. I love Leon as a character. He's my all-time favorite. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, just something about Resident Evil and transitioning from not video games. It's not hard to get right.
It is hard to get right.
It is hard to get right. It's such an easy plot. Bad corporation, good people, zombies. There you go. So easy. We don't need all this superfluous shit.
What are you talking about? Well, I mean, yeah, it is hard. Look at Alien vs. Predator.
Yeah, that's another concept I don't know how you fuck up. Literally, everyone that was a fan of both series was like, oh, we just want the alien to fight the Predator. This is going to be dope. And then it wasn't.
No.
It was dumb.
Very short.
Yeah.
The whole, it was just one Predator versus, even though there was a little squad, they got taken out in a matter of minutes, and then just one, and then, that was it. And then the sequel came.
For no reason.
Yeah.
No need for a sequel. Not a single person asked for it.
Yeah.
And that was somehow worse. guys, these human characters, you're really supposed to care about all of them, and I'm like, I really don't. Can we just have the alien and predator just kill each other?
Yeah. Although
Let me rewrite the script for you. Anything human, rip that out. Get David Attenborough to narrate it and pitch it as a documentary. Done. I just made the best Alien versus Predator movie ever.
although the Predator, the recent one wasn't that bad for me. I mean,
That's like the worst thing you've ever said on this
seriously?
show. Yeah. The Predator was awful. Predators with Adrian Brody. That I actually thought wasn't that bad.
Okay, that one was better than the one with you know, the short bus PTSD
Yeah,
people.
the Predator, whatever the most recent one is called. I'm pretty sure it's the Predator.
Yeah.
Awful show. Movie. Sorry, should have been a fucking TV show.
Should have been.
That way it would have been done sooner.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. Going back to getting paid for watching Benji Netflix.
Waiting for my confirmation email.
You're still waiting for that. But yeah, I would definitely like to rewatch Cobra Kai.
Yeah,
Review that.
I wanted an excuse to watch Queen's Gambit. You know, rewatch Cobra Kai. Not a bad thing at all.
No.
Apparently, it doesn't. That's because I heard a story, or not a story, but apparently there's a rumor going around that we're getting a Cobra Kai spin-off. So that means that we now have a spin-off of a spin-off. Hollywood is running out of fucking ideas. That is ludicrous to me.
Well, it's not the first time it has.
It's not the first time, but like, come on. Do we need a spin-off of a fucking spin-off? That's
What would they do?
I can't remember what it was like about one of the characters, and I'm like, okay, cool, I guess, but why are we doing this?
Who would it be though?
I would have to look it up. I can't fucking remember.
The only person I could think of it would be Kreese. You know, a younger version of Kreese.
Yeah, like I said, I can't remember.
But anyway, yeah. So, for me, it would be Cobra Kai, Bridgerton, which is pretty good if you like, 1813, London, high society. I like that type of stuff. I've seen the other Boleyn Girl, which is pretty good. The Tudors, which is phenomenal.
Super underrated.
It is.
I feel like Game of Thrones like super overshadowed what the Tudors had accomplished, and that makes me very upset because I feel like Tudors is so much more of a solid show all around.
Actually, anything Showtime does is
just good.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, obviously it's not, this grand scale of like epic TV for the most part. They do have a couple episodes of their shows where it's like, damn, that was good. But like, yeah, it's kind of hard for me to point to a Showtime like original or something they at least produced and go like, that was bad. Like,
yeah, because
at least in the last like 20 years.
Yeah, for me it would be like Tudors, Weeds, Ray Donovan.
Ray Donovan was way better than I thought it was gonna be. That's for sure. I was like, really? Because like I only saw the trailers and I was like, really, this is like what we're doing. And then I watched it and I was like, the trailers kind of lie. That's not really what it's about. And ended up being much better.
I know there's a couple more, but I can't think of anything. But yeah, like you said, Showtime shows are
just good. Like
they're good, and nobody heard of them.
Oh no, they don't. Yeah, actually, yeah, that's fair. Like not a lot of people.
Shameless. Yep, fuck.
Shameless.
Forgot about Shameless.
Shameless is good. I like Shameless.
But yeah, like so many good shows. I was gonna say Ghost, but that's Stars. I was gonna say Stars.
Yeah, Ghost is Stars.
I forgot about. Same thing with Black Sail.
See, like that's the funny part. Like I literally thought for the longest time Black Sail was a Showtime thing, and then it's like, nope, this is a Stars original, and I'm like,
oh,
calculating.
American Gods. I don't know. I haven't finished the first season, but the mythos of it is pretty good.
I like American Gods. I do like American Gods. Not the most interesting thing they've made. It's good though.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the comics is a whole lot better, right?
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
So, So yeah, if you want to see get paid for like I said, get paid for binging, I'll put the description, the link in the description. All right. You're in need of a haircut. If you're in Toronto and if you're listening to this, hey,
Hey, all one of you.
But yeah, if you live in Toronto and need a haircut, audition for it.
Yeah, for a haircut.
By means of this, you literally, have a audition while getting a haircut. Talk about this and that, which is ironically a loophole that this single woman, I should say single mother, found the loophole of providing for her family by giving haircuts by auditioning.
So basically, what she did is on her website, she's like, adult audition, complete haircut, neck shave, blow dry, and styled, all while candidly discussing life, its up and downs, and all in between. Auditions will be recorded for intent, if chosen, to later use in a podcast and or documentary type format.
Yeah.
And technically, as this type of service was not under the lockdown order provided for Ontario, she's allowed to give haircuts and give interviews for a future production she may or may not have. But she has the footage just in case.
Yeah.
So this is the type of thing I can't be mad at. Normally I'd be like fucking come on. But it makes sense,
Yeah.
It's a family-owned business. She's single mom, all that good shit. And she found a good loophole, which honestly is fun.
Yeah.
And it looks like from the picture she's still doing it safely. Like there's mass and shit, and people aren't, doing whatever. So at the same time, I can't be super mad. People got to get a haircut eventually. I finally got one after my hair got way too fucking long, and my colleague did this stupid thing where where I look like a fucking anime character where it sticks out. I fucking hate it.
God, I need one too. But it keeps snowing.
That was like the worst part. Like I got my hair cut and then we had like the coldest week of the winter and I was like, awesome! I'm fucking freezing.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, very smart on her of finding this loophole. So yeah, I would like to see this happen here, but I seriously doubt
our
it.
haircut places are open. So.
Yeah. Only the difference is like because it's under production law, they don't have to wear a mask.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing you have to worry about. This, however, I didn't put this on because this is more of a. It wasn't really funny, but a little concerning. So Arizona, as
Okay.
no, this is not a story. This is actually an
Okay.
article that I saw.
I know exactly what one you're talking about.
So if you don't know Arizona is an open carry. It's an open carry state, which, by the way, it's kind of, I don't know if it's scary than our state because ours is a conceal.
No, we do have open carry. We are a state that allows open carry.
Oh, we are? When did that happen?
We are. If you have a license to carry, you're allowed open carry in like 90% of states that allow conceal and carry.
When that? No, I was asking when it happened. Because I know
it's been a while.
No shit.
Yeah.
Anyway,
but point being, it's more about the culture of the state, whereas in Minnesota, generally you won't see, unless they're douchebags who think they have a big dick, they're the kind of guys that are like, haha, look at what's on my hip or in my jeans and blah, blah, blah. Generally, the culture of Minnesota concealed carry is you have it concealed.
Yeah.
Arizona is, look how big my Glock is.
Yeah. So I don't know what scarier is when you can see the gun or versus you don't know if he has one.
So I make the argument of, because ever since I got my conceal and carry, that's something I struggle with daily is that person also conceal and carry? And honestly, it's a good mindset because it kind of makes you subconsciously more polite to people.
Yeah.
If you don't know, obviously you don't be afraid of them. You just treat them with respect and be polite and all that good shit. But my argument that's always been against open carry is, let's say you're that douchebag that goes to the grocery store and just has to show it off to people.
Oh, I've seen
you're
that.
Scaring
I've seen that.
You're scaring every fucking grandma in that fucking store. Like, there is no need for it. Like,
Yeah, I was coming out of the grocery store
So,
there,
like,
and I seen a guy carrying. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. This is an open carry state.
yeah, it's ridiculous. Like, and this is someone who supports gun rights and loves the idea of concealed carry. I have several firearms. I conceal carry all the time.
No shit.
Yeah, I do. Again, you would never know.
No,
You would
yeah,
never know
no.
because I keep it concealed and I don't fucking talk about it up until this point.
No shit.
Like I find open carry so unnecessary. All you're doing, you're making yourself a target in case any bad things happen. You're scaring other people because as much as people want to say, haha, America and your guns, a lot of people are fucking terrified of them. Like, obviously, because
Yeah.
of the mass quantities of mass shootings that we have. And you just look like a douchebag. I'm sorry, you do. Like, that tells me that your gun is your personality, and you probably drive a raised pickup with ridiculous sized wheels, and you go munning on the weekends, and you think it's the height of entertainment.
Oh my god, that reminds me
I'm
of
sorry,
a old colleague.
that's what it comes off as.
So yeah, in this, it was in Maricopa, Cape Creek, I believe. So the store owner, who was,
Oh god,
so you've seen, you read this?
This story is fucking
Okay.
ludicrous. Like,
So,
holy shit.
so yeah, the store owner has a no mask policy on his door.
Despite the state having a mask mandate.
Yeah, country, but
But at the time, because this happened a little while ago, it just got reported. So.
Oh, but yeah, a customer comes in with mask on, starts shopping around. Owner says,
Hey,
either
take that
take it off or
leave.
leave. And then the mask customer starts getting in his face.
Well, what happened? Because I read the story and like what happened was they're like, oh, haha, like that's super funny. Like the store owner just making conversation and joking. No, he was like super serious. Like, get the fucking mask off or get the fuck out of my store. So the store owner confronts him, and the other guy gets in his face. He's like, fuck you, dude. Like, don't get in my face. I don't care if this is your fucking store. Fuck off. I'm being smart and safe, and I'm wearing a mask and blah, blah, blah. That escalates real fucking quick when the store owner pulls a fucking gun on the guy and, like, kicks him out of the store.
Yeah. And then, a couple weeks later,
I think
they both sue each other.
Yep.
The mask guy sues him for, I think it was excessive force, I believe.
Yeah, the guy, I don't know Arizona's gun laws, but yeah, he civilly sued him for whatever the specific charges are. But whatever. I believe it's either a misdemeanor or a felony in Arizona for the store owner to do that, like brandish a firearm. You can't do that. As much as people want to be like, oh, it's my right, it's not. It is either a felony or a very high class misdemeanor for you to brandish your firearm in a threat, even just take it out and do that. Like that's big no. Don't do that. So he's facing not only this lawsuit, but he's also facing potential state and federal charges depending on how Arizona handles it. And then I can't remember what the store owner sued the guy for. I think it was defamation.
Oh wait, no, it was trespassing, which blew my mind. By the way,
which not how that works when you own a business.
Yeah, unless it's like one of those, you own a junkyard or something like that.
There's a whole legal quota that.
But when you own a retail store.
Yeah, there's
when you come through the front door, that's not
trespassing. That is an invitee, and there's a whole legal standard of trespassing versus invitee, and the standards of both that apply to both, and blah blah blah. So, and then when you dig into the store owner's background, by the way, he has like a punching bag of like Joe Biden that you can punch. He has like QAnon conspiracy shit over his store. He has like this ridiculous over-the-top conspiracy
This guy
shit.
bleeds red.
This guy bleeds red. He is like hardcore
I know Arizona's a red state, but damn.
But like Jesus Christ.
Damn.
Like holy shit.
Well, majority of the time up until this last election it was
majority of the time Arizona is normally a red state.
But yeah, this guy bleeds red. I'm pretty sure.
And again,
I'm pretty sure this dude was at DC.
Oh, I guarantee this guy was at the fucking Capitol.
Storming the castle.
Storming the castle. Have fun storming the castle. But yeah, it's just guys like that give straight edge smart gun owner is a terrible name. You know, you can't do whatever you fucking want, despite what some of these people believe. There's consequences for actions, and I'm not calling him crazy because of his beliefs. I'm calling him crazy because he's a fucking psycho.
Yeah, right. Um, yeah. So I just want to, if you have thoughts on who's in the right, even though I kind of already know who. I think originally the judge threw it out, and then somebody refiled.
That happens a lot in like civil cases where the judge is like, you didn't provide enough, blah blah blah, threw it out. He's like, okay, next, and then they refile with like either more evidence or like with slightly different paperwork.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a lawyer.
I'm not either.
I watch a couple lawyers on YouTube and they talk about some of this stuff in depth, so I understand the process of it. I don't know the actual legal proceedings, but apparently refiling of civil suits happens quite a lot if like a judge dismisses the case.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
we'll see what happens. I don't care either way. They both sound like very unpleasant people.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
It's like that John Tron safety video. It's like I kind of hope they both die. They both seem like rather unpleasant people. She's been plotting a revenge for 13 years.
So yeah, that's the news of the week. Speaking of the week, we come to the simp of the week by the name of Howard Nason at Howman69. Now, first off,
of course you have your fucking thing at 69.
Well, to be fair, like who knows? He could have had that at a young age, like myself. My personal.
He made Twitter in 2011.
Okay, I mean my email back in '02 when I was a kid, and you giggled at 69, so I have a 69 at the end of mine, but I don't use that anymore, other than
As a spam email. Probably.
Yeah, it's pretty much a spam email now. But anyway, this guy.
Oh my god.
Now he doesn't really replies much on his feed.
Yeah, he's one of those retweeting simps. But man, when this guy replies, does he fucking reply? He goes all in.
By all in, he really, really likes the muff dive. Now, I mean, to be fair.
I mean, any man that's willing to muff dive, absolutely. I mean,
sure.
Yeah, more men should do it.
Yeah.
Whatever. That's a discussion for another day. But don't be afraid to do it, gentlemen. So here's the example of this man and why his replies when he does it are just fucking golden. So one of the ladies that he follows is panties on or off, and the two different left and right photos of before and after. Man retweets that, and I'm like, that's gonna be the end of it. Not a big deal. Replies, all caps, definitely panties off, heart dripping, tongue water droplets. So I can eat that beautiful pussy until you squirt on my face. Happy face. Sprinkler, or the water droplets, like 3 of them. Man. Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Okay, yeah. So another one is it's the same lady. Oh no, he didn't retweet this one. Bad form, Howard. You're supposed to retweet and reply. You terrible, terrible person. So this one is lowercase. What a uppercase. Amazing ass and pussy. Oh yeah, I would love to hit you from behind. Oh, I'm not reading the rest of that. But I'll just say the man loves to eat ass and use his tongue. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Why are 7 people liking this guy's reply?
I don't know.
Encourage this man.
But me personally, I don't understand of liking, vagina. Just all. That's all it is. Just vagina. I don't understand the whole attraction. Just the picture of that.
I have been wondering that for so long. Where they're like, "Do you like my vagina?" It's like can I see the rest of you?
Yeah. It's like
I get it. Like as a primal primate, I should enjoy vagina and be like, penis go in, must do. But like, where's the rest of you?
Yeah,
you are a complete package.
Yeah.
Give me
So
the package.
I just don't understand that. But that's pretty much all he has. I mean, I know it's just not a straight up close up of it, but it's the draw of it, of the
Yeah.
pictures
Yeah.
to that. So, not necessarily a simp, but it's just,
Yeah.
an umbrella of
yeah.
the.
Yeah. His taste doesn't make him a simp. It's the replies and the retweets that definitely make him a simp, for sure. I'm not judging a man for enjoying some muff diving or some ass eating or anything like that, but
Just how you go about
how
it.
you go about
Just
it a little bit. Just take a little step back. Just think about what you're doing, just a little bit.
Yeah. So, trophy goes to Howard Nason for Simp of the Week. Congratulations.
Congratulations, man. You did it.
Just dial it back.
Yeah, just a
Dial
little
it
bit. Reading that tweet made me uncomfortable. Just a little.
That reminds me of Caleb, where have you seen that video where he walks in his friend, he's twerking, he closes the door, deletes it, and he's like, and he comes back in, his friend's back on the computer, it's like, he looks at him like, hey, can I borrow your charger? Yeah.
I haven't seen that one.
No, I'm like, yeah. If he had the power to delete something,
Yeah.
that's what it was.
My favorite one of his is how to use a French shower, or when you're trying to get your French shower.
What is this?
What is this?
Rubik's Cube.
Tyler, how do you use your shower?
Sulfur X.
Sulfur X.
God damn. I know. Yeah. Caleb is so funny.
I love him. He's so good.
Hopefully he wins another best writer of the year award.
I hope so. He's very talented.
You suck. You be quiet. You be quiet. Anyway. And he's whining again.
And he's back at it.
Anyway. So now, on to the hentai reviews.
Yeah, hentai reviews.
First up is Samayou Midara na Lunatics. I wish I had a Spanish accent because that would have been awesome. That would have been awesome.
Samayou Midara na Lunatics.
That would have been awesome.
The synopsis for this is so lame. Once upon a time, there was a beautiful princess named Ifa. She loved her brother, Ados. Who the fuck names these people? God damn. That's not a fucking name. That's just a bunch of words or letters
Royalty.
put together.
Royalty names their people.
But one day she drank a potion from an evil witch. Why? Why would you do that? Why would you drink a potion from a witch? You're royalty. Nothing good has ever came from a princess drinking a potion from a witch. You're stupid. This potion's effects drove them mad with passion. Give you a guess as to what you think that this series is about.
Right. For clarity, the evil witch wasn't a witch. It was her stepmother.
Yeah. Fair. Okay.
Wasn't really a witch, which is odd.
Yeah.
It just has magical items.
Yeah,
Doesn't make you a witch.
She dabbles in magic, and it's just like, okay, what else does she do that's witchy? Oh, that's it. That's the only time you see her. Oh. So she's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just
I understand where we're at.
yeah. So yeah. At the time, first episode, we didn't know it was her stepmother. Or wait, no, we did. We didn't. She was just some lady that we know that we assumed it was her mom. It's like, oh, here's a potion, drink it, sleep with your brother. He'll, have an epiphany or whatever, and he'll do you that night.
He'll realize that he loves you also.
You'll have one night of carnal passion of whatnot, and then after that, everything will go back to normal. Well, that's what happened. First off, how was he not moving? Like, she drunk it. Next thing you know, she goes to his bed. It's like, who's that? Oh, Sith. Hey, I'm like, wait, I can't move. How? I mean, why can't you move? There was no magical element in this scene that makes you not able to move.
Yep.
That was my first concern.
Yeah, that.
I know it was a little weird, but yeah, that's what happens when you really review hentai. You notice these weird things.
Yeah, hentai has destroyed us. We can't just sit and go, yes, titties. We have to go, no, hold on a second. Let me get to this plot point.
So we get this whole goddamn 20 minutes of vanilla shit.
Yep.
Of them fucking, and then nothing after that, and then credits.
Yep.
Second episode, we come to realize the woman in question is actually her stepmom,
Mhm.
will realize she wants the kingdom. The only way to do that is, uh, excommunicate the twin, or
Yeah.
not the twins, the siblings,
Mhm.
and then do something to the king. Okay.
Okay. I don't know
Um.
why we needed that in our hentai, but here we are.
All right. I'm like, cool. Now we have an actual plot in our story of why this is happening.
Yeah.
So like, oh, the sister is like, I can't forget about that night. I need to do it again. Oh, you want to do it again? Here's
Ah,
another vial.
here's another vial. Oh, and I'm pretty sure she gives the evil stepmom gives the sister. I'm pretty sure she gives her like a chastity belt. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure.
which
And she's
lasted
like,
like an
only your
hour.
brother can remove this, and I'm like, she was gonna go fuck him anyway. What does it matter?
Yeah.
Like, this is so pointless.
Like, and she
Anyway.
removes it in like what 30 minutes
Yeah,
later.
like 30 minutes.
They're in story time 30
Yeah.
minutes later to say. And then next thing you know, there's a threesome going on. Next thing you know, she magically disappeared, like, and then brings out the king dad. It's like, what the hell you guys doing? Oh,
Yeah.
they're fucking. Oh, you gotta go away now.
Yeah, the king's just like, oh, okay, well,
Gotta separate you.
bye.
Son goes on living on a farm. We don't know what happened to the daughter, and that's the
And
end of the
literally
story.
the credits roll.
No third episode. No Fall of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
Nothing like that. It's like,
Yeah, there's also like a super weird scene towards the end while we're talking about the credits where they're like engaged or like these tentacles or like snake things wrap around them, but they're not real. It's just supposed to represent like
yeah,
their carnal desires, but they're treating it like it's real because it's interacting with like both of them. Like he's surrounded by like fake titties and like these snakes are going at him and she's getting tentacle gang banged by these snakes and weird shit. And all it is supposed to represent is like them just going at it and like giving into like carnal desires and like this otherworldly feeling. And I'm like, you're trying way too hard
yeah.
for like this really really simple concept that we've already been explained like twice. So
um,
oh yeah, I forgot the mom's like a piece of shit. She like bangs both. She like has the three-way with them, and then like leaves. She's like, "You two just enjoy yourselves to your heart's content. Don't worry about any of this." Comes back like 5 minutes later with the king in tow, and he's like, "Ah, this is awful." And she's just like, "Yeah, you dumb bitches." I'm like, this is so stupid.
yeah. It's like, I feel like there should have been a third episode or something that shows her killing the king or taking over the kingdom or something like that. No, we don't get that. We get nothing.
Yeah, like the king, like the last word is like the king puts a curse on them, and they never see each other again. That's it. Like
First off,
credits.
first off,
What curse?
yeah,
What curse did he put on them?
I'm surprised this dude actually is able to put on a
Yeah,
curse.
he's also magic apparently.
Yeah.
Like okay, everyone just fucking uses magic.
Except for the siblings.
Yeah, fucking siblings.
Which is, yeah, it's odd. I'm like, I'm gonna put.
That's actually doesn't make a whole lot of sense now that I think about it.
Yeah. So, yeah.
This
So.
is the rabbit hole you go down, guys, when you just get bored of titties and you have to start really thinking about the plot.
Uh. Well, that's what happens when you get bored and got to do something.
Yeah.
Got to do something.
Well, if hentai gets so samey,
Yeah.
especially from like the same. Although I guess this is an older studio, so kind of gets a pass.
But yeah.
Um,
As far as the Lunatics go, no. Don't do it.
Yeah.
No.
Honestly, just the plot just sucks, and that actually kind of takes it away. The vanilla scenes are fine, but you can find better animated vanilla scenes in more recent stuff. So, and like episode 2 gets like kind of out there, I guess, but not like enough to like make it not vanilla. I mean, the only thing that happens is the ladies bang each other with a dildo. I mean, like whatever.
Yeah.
There's some booty eating that happens because the brother's eating the sister out, and then the stepmom's like, I know what to do in this situation.
Yeah.
Eats the kid's booty hole. But yeah, I don't know. There's just not much.
It's a no for me. It's a no for me.
Yeah, it's a no for me. I guess if it pops up on random and you're like, ah, those guys talked about this, like maybe, but like
Just to know what we're talking about, yeah.
yeah, just to like see how weird and ridiculous this is. It's not even like ridiculous in like a fun way. It's just dumb.
Yeah.
It really is.
There's a lot better incest stuff out there.
Yeah, there's much better stuff.
So, next one, fault.
Fault.
This is this in itself. I don't know why there was another guy in here. Just we needed somebody with doubles. I thought at first in the second episode, I thought that was the second dude, but it wasn't.
No, it's not.
But it wasn't. I had to go back.
I'm
and
like 90% sure there's a scene where they like miscolor his hair to like the other guy, even though it's supposed to be like and I'm just like.
That's why I went back.
I'm just like, what? What the fuck happened?
Because at first I thought he was the banging the, the senpai, but no,
Yeah.
that was just the other dude, the main guy. It's like, oh no, this is the same dude.
No, yeah, it's the same guy.
Same guy. So in this one, it's pretty much fault is a harem hentai.
Yep.
The first episode, he banged his stepsister.
Got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Honestly.
But only because she's coming on to him. I'm like,
yeah,
whatever.
It's a typical "I love my brother so much" blah 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 situation.
And then his doubles partner sees this as, I want to say challenge, but
yeah, she's
more.
I can't remember how she looks at it specifically, but she's like, this must be a signal. It's something stupid.
Yeah, but only it's like I'm like, I love him too, so I'm gonna look for an opportunity to have sex with him too.
Yep.
Lo and behold, a rain cloud comes.
Oh no! Oh, we're on the tennis courts and it rains and we don't have umbrellas.
We just have this shelter
little
thing,
shelter.
and you can see all my transparentness from the rain.
From the rain, because I have this white tennis outfit.
Although, by the way. What cheap material? I mean, I know what kind of material it is, but still.
That bothers me in anime all the time. Like, oh no, my shirt is slightly wet, so therefore you can see every curve of my body. It's like, I've worn white T-shirts before, and that shit don't happen to me.
Yeah. Oh, what the hell?
Like, I don't know. Like, why are you wearing these thin-ass shirts?
I blame the school.
I do too. Cheap-ass school. Buy them fucking good uniforms. Fuck
yeah.
you.
So
I have to wear this shit and make equality.
So anyway, bangs his, or wait, no. Was it his doubles partner? Did I say doubles partner?
Yeah, his doubles partner is the one that he sleeps with because she's like, I've liked this guy for so long and blah blah blah, and here's an opportunity and
yeah,
dumb. I mean, it's a harem anime, so
they bang on the court. Then later on, they bang in the woods.
Yep.
I don't know why they do it in the woods.
I don't either.
But the thing.
Doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
It doesn't. And then eventually we realized he took the senpai took his virginity in a flashback. Why they had a flashback is I don't know. Who cares? We just needed a scene.
Apparently.
We just needed a scene. That's that. And then funny story of this hentai is the the teacher. Like, oh man, I can't think. Like, she's sitting in the cafeteria trying to figure out, plans for upcoming tournaments and whatnot. It's like, man, I can't think of what's wrong with these people. I'm like, hold on, are they sexually unsatisfied? And she goes on this daydream of giving a Pizer to show, which is funny. And she snaps out of it. I'm like, oh, what were we talking about?
Yeah,
what were we talking about?
She gives like the 1,000-yard stare and then just what?
Yeah.
It's so fun. It's interesting.
So in the third episode, eventually he bangs everybody.
Yeah, bangs everyone. There's threesomes that happened on tennis courts, which I think would be the last place you want to do it, but whatever.
And then the next one, which is it's a little weird. I think it splits off. Which they don't continue it.
Yeah, there's like 3 episodes of Fault and then like a special or something.
don't know why you want to
I don't know why you don't just make that the 4th episode, but
yeah.
what the fuck do I
But
know?
they added another character, which oddly, because the special, quote unquote, is just primarily of Show and the senpai, the blonde girl.
Uh-huh.
That's all it was.
Yeah.
That's pretty much because I guess she didn't get enough screen time in the first 3 episodes.
Yeah, whatever.
But for Harems Go, it's pretty funny. Just the dialogue between the little sister and her doubles partner.
That shit's pretty funny. And then it leads to what every harem does of like, we all didn't know each other before we all started sucking the same guy's dick, but we're best of friends now. It's like, yes, unity over cock. I understand.
But yeah, I would watch the first 3. Just throw away the
the special is so unneeded.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna go somewhere with that, but no.
No.
It doesn't continue after that because this was released 2014.
Yep.
But yeah. So yeah, if you like your sports integrated hentai, sure. I know most of the ones we reviewed in the past were primarily swim team.
Yep.
We haven't come.
Don't know why it's always the swim team. Are they just horny? I don't get it.
I guess. I mean, there's a lot of swimwear.
Yeah, there's a lot of swimmer fetish in Japan. That's for sure.
Yeah. So not a lot
That's
of.
not a stereotype, you assholes. By the way, about to type on the fucking keyboard. That's like actually a thing. Like, fuck off. You just generalized it because of what you see in the anime. No, that's like a thing.
Yeah.
There's a 3-story building dedicated to selling women's clothes, and a lot of that was used swimwear. So, fuck you. How do I know about said thing? Don't ask. That's back when G4 TV was good. Or existed.
I still can't believe they're coming back.
I am not excited for it in the least bit. None of the original people that I care about are probably going to be involved. So
the only person I know is Xavier Woods.
Yeah, Xavier Woods, I think, is going to be
Austin
involved.
No, he's involved.
I know.
I mean, he has a show.
Yeah, he's going to be a show. I can't remember if he's doing anything else though. Adam Sessler isn't coming back. Kevin Pereira not coming back. Like the 2 people that like made G4 TV good are not going to be involved. Like if they do Attack of the Show revival, it's going to probably not be great. X-Play I wish would come back, but that probably never will. So
we'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
But yeah. So the only downside of Fault is the color. It's very bland.
The show is very washed out. Like
yeah.
I noticed that it's a very washed out series. Like the color accuracy and like the coloring and character design is not that great.
Yeah.
So
like normally you'll have bright stuff, but in this series,
normally there's like bright skin and just bright environments and bright clothing for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very muddled. It's not a very pretty thing to look at. So.
No, it is not. Yeah, the only color you get is from the blonde chick and the teacher. That's about it.
Yep, and even then, that's like a very washed out.
It is. Oh, but yeah. Like I said earlier, watch the first 3. Throw the 4th one out.
Throw the fucking 4th one out. That's so unnecessary.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, that was the last one. But anyway, next one is Yakata, Kannou, Kitan. Based off the game of the same name.
Yep.
This one deals with training sex slaves.
Yeah.
Now, oddly enough, this is based off a game, so I'm pretty sure in the game they actually dealt with the mom, but in this one instance, they just kind of pretty much the first scene is him finishing training the mom, or if he was training the mom. I think he was. Point is, the first scene ends with him finishing her.
Yeah, he's either training the mom or he's like, do my credentials match what you were looking for, or some shit like that. Because this guy's job is to literally teach young rich maidens like about sex. Like
Yeah.
that's this guy's job. Greatest job on the fucking planet, by the way.
Like-
Man. Gonna have to really throw that out there. That man had a skill set, and he's like, "Yep, gonna sell my services."
Yes, it's a 2-episode series. The first one focuses on the older sister, how she's getting trained.
Yep.
Second one is the younger sister. Not much of a plot.
No, we already explained the plot. He
Yeah.
trains women
Yeah.
to enjoy sex. That's it. He also has a sexy maid assistant, which again, just quality business practice. Oh man, I haven't had work in so long. I'm losing my edge. Better.
Oh shit. But yeah. If you, I don't know if it was my internet connection or my computer's just been on so long, but the the audio and the subs just didn't quite match
No,
up.
they're terrible.
Okay, so it wasn't just my
Yeah,
computer.
I know. I tried that. I was like, oh, that's weird. I'll just reload my browser. Still was having issues. Okay, that's weird. I'll try a new browser. Still having issues. I was like, oh shit, that's just bad.
Yeah. So okay, so it wasn't me.
No, it's not.
It wasn't me.
So the subtitles do get messed up on this one.
Yeah, so I'm looking at him like this is not correlating with what's happening going on right now.
Yep.
So, but as far as the mansion goes, yeah, if you like your whole training of sex slaves, this is pretty much what you expect.
Yeah, I mean,
what you expect.
It's a very run of the mill. I'm going to break these ladies so they enjoy sex, and then he goes overboard and he's like, instead of just training y'all are my personal sex slaves, and they're like, no, that's bad, and then dick happens, and they're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's not that bad. I hate that plot point. So
Yeah.
It's so stupid. Like, no, this will never change me. Like an hour of dicking later. You know what? Sure.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
You know what? This ain't a bad lie.
This ain't a bad thing. Oh my god, my favorite meme that I saw was like hentai girl. Like, oh my gosh, if you come inside me, I'm gonna get pregnant. And then it's a picture image of Peter Parker from the first Spider-Man, and he's like, I forgot the part where that's my problem. It's so funny.
Oh my god, that is horrible.
Oh, if you do it inside, I'm gonna get pregnant. I missed the part. Oh no, I missed the part where that's my problem. Yeah, that's it. I'm like, huh? That makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah,
I don't understand that. Why is that like a plot point of like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get you pregnant? It's like, why? Like, then you have to deal with a fucking kid and shit, and like they'll never leave you alone. It's like, don't you want to see your child? No. No.
No.
Go away, please.
so yeah, I've seen better. Always seen better.
Yeah,
always seen better.
Yeah, from this studio, they have better in this genre of like, either sex slave training or breaking the young lady and stopping them from being rude or whatever. It's fine. Like again, it's one of those. If it pops up, sure, give it a watch. I don't really think it's one that you have to go out of your way to watch. There's no like special scene that it touches upon a certain fetish or anything. Like there's some maid dress up, but not much. So if you're like super into maids, you're not gonna get that here. So if you're into like bondage, I don't even think they even have a scene of like handcuffs or anything like that.
They don't.
So yeah, there's nothing there.
Yeah. The only thing is you'll see here is primarily just girls learning about sex.
Yeah, it's a very vanilla sex slave story, and that's weird to say, but there's nothing special about it outside of like, hey, I'm gonna break these young ladies with my penis. Okay, cool.
This is how you do. This is how you give a tit job.
Yeah,
this is how you.
This is how you do the sex.
Yeah, like so. So yeah. Yeah, that's that. So those are reviews. Yeah.
Lunatics, no, not at all. Fault, If you hit random and it shows up, there you go, have at it.
Right.
Not one of those things you really need to go out of your way to see.
Yeah. So, so yeah, that's it. That's that. Once again, thanks for listening. Hopefully things will turn out better. Once again, I seriously fucking doubt it. I just fucking doubt it.
It's gonna be like I said. It's gonna be
Um,
2 years before things from this point.
no.
So we'll see. I'm hoping. I really do. But
Me honestly, I think it's gonna be man, end of this year. That's just me.
maybe. I mean, I hope it's the end of this year. I really do. I hope it's not the end of a 2 year thing like I'm being pessimistic about. But we'll be pleasantly surprised if shit finally can go back to normal. This time next year, or relatively normal this time next year. So
Yeah. But yeah. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Till next time.